Hello, so today I'm going to show you how you can do with EON AI Assistant. You can converse with an avatar that you customized from pictures. I built 57 avatars in probably less than 20 minutes. It went very fast. And then I have literally, hundreds of topics that I then converse about with the avatar, AI avatar. And then I ask him to show and tell me things about electronics, plumbing. And then I also ask him to what I call can do. And can do is that I want him to pick me the right tools I need to perform a procedure. So he's actually not only showing, telling, he can actually do things and bringing me things, obviously. So how do you do this and what's this based on? So the conversation part is something that we've done for a while. Show and tell is the ability to show based on annotation. What's can do? This is based on a video and a paper that has come out, which is actually something that's pretty easy for us to support because we know the object in 3D space. Let's have a look.
Here's something Let's try some examples from the paper, and Google have released a couple of papers about SayCan. Table 28 from this paper gives us some exemplars that we can play around with. I'm going to ask SayCan here, I'm hungry. Can you bring me, let's do the first example there from the paper, can you bring me some chips? I type that into the chat box and I step back a little bit and wait for GPT-3 to process that, feed it to the AI, feed it to the robot, and he has brought me some kettle chips to the user. Let's try something a little bit different. How would you put some grapefruit drink on the table? Interesting question to pose to a robot. First, he's going to go and find grapefruit soda. Then he's going to bring that to the table and throw it right in there. Great. How would you move the grapefruit drink from the table to the counter? Go on, SayCan, you can do it. Excellent. This is really fun to watch, but even more.
Okay, so while this is really fun to watch, what's the point with this and how is this applicable for knowledge transfer? It is very easy. So EON has this endless library of things with not cubes but real objects. And for these real objects, we can place them, and the AI through GPT-3 and the other AI we have will identify what this is, will read the annotation, and is smart enough also to understand what's going on. So, for example, and you'll see that in the examples, I will ask things like, okay, which tools do I need for surgery? And I will have on the floor different tools, and we'll see if he picks up the right tools versus the wrong tools to help me. So it's not only about conversation, it's not only about show and tell, but it's also about actually can do. Well, in this case, they call it something different, but I think can do is a better name. So now that we understand the example, let's have a look. So to do that, I have picked topics, quite a lot of topics. I asked generic questions. Then I asked what is, for example, archaeology? Which tools are you using in the archaeology? And then please select the appropriate tools for archaeology and put them on the table. And that's basically what he's doing. So that's what I mean by can do. That is taking the right tools based on that topic and it putting them on the table while it's showing things related to that topic. So here, first of all, to begin my avatar, I took some pictures from the internet. I uploaded those pictures. As you can see here, quite a few. Based on that, I created my avatars. So I have lots of avatars, dressed them up. So now I have one avatar for each topic, and there are quite a few topics, as you can see here. So now I have my avatars, and the topics are spanning from electronics to plumbing to welding to electrical engineering, archaeology, anatomy, arts, etc. So for each of these topics, as you can see here, I created a document, and this document is quite detailed. So it's asking question, for example, to advanced manufacturing. What is advanced manufacturing? Which type of equipment is used? Like, what are the top 3 steps that you need to do in certain manufacturer steps? Likewise for architecture, aircraft, automotive, carpentry. So I spent a few hours doing this, as you may imagine. And hospitality. I could have asked much more questions. Now, what's interesting to see in each question is how did AI respond? And I have almost 1 hour of answers of what he responded to this. It's a he in this case. We will see how we can program it to other genders very soon. Okay, so now you understand what I'm doing. So let's go on. So we have the avatars. We have the topics. Here are the highlights of the categories. Let's listen in. This is 1 hour, 57 minutes of discussion with AI. So what is...
Gemology is the study of the gemstones themselves and the techniques used to cut, polish, and set them.
Which tool I used in gemology?
A variety of tools, including a diamond saw, diamond polisher, and jeweler's loupe.
Please select the appropriate tools for gemology and put them on the table.
Diamond saw, used to cut stones into desired shapes and sizes. Diamond polisher, used to smooth the surface of the stone and remove any imperfections. Jeweler's loupe, used to inspect the quality of stones and determine their suitability for certain uses.
What is mining?
Mining is the process of extracting valuable minerals and other substances from the ground. Shovels, picks, carts, drills, explosives, and heavy machinery are all...
So you get the point of it, right? So I ask questions about mining, I ask questions about photography, I ask questions about construction, I ask questions about DNA, interior design, dancing, surgical instruments. So it was a long discussion. In fact, I cover every topic there is in education according to Rina, Dr. Rina, our Chief Learning Officer, and I did that in 60 minutes or less, and that shows how powerful. Now, what I'm doing this, of course, I'll put it in the context of objects, and you'll see that as the next step. Thank you so much.